What is up, everybody? I am coming to you live from parts unknown.
Cruz, it looks like you're in a hotel room.
Yeah, in parts unknown.
That's the name of the hotel?
It's a secret locale, Vance, okay?
Oh, okay. I'm coming at you live from my room.
That's right, live from my
Watching.
room.
Cruz, guess what we're watching? or guess what we just...
WWE, another throwaway pay-per-view.
WWE presents Blood Money, live from Saudi Arabia.
He said.
Cruz, let's just start with this. Let's start on a positive note, because there wasn't a lot of positives. But what was your match of the night?
Oh, man. Okay, dude. I would have to say it would be between the main event, okay, DX versus the Brothers of Destruction, and AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, I can get behind this. I wish there was a women's match I could talk about.
Can we talk about this for a second?
Can we talk about the fact that...
How the fuck did they get Renee Young in there, Vance?
Dude, they had to smuggle her in.
Because, like, for real, though, if they would have put something on her head, she would have blended with the chair. Look behind you. She's wearing all black and, like, her blonde hair.
Never say that to someone when they're on a webcam. I've seen this movie before, Cruz. Look behind you. No, there's nothing there. Ah! I get murdered. I get murked on Crown Jewel Day. Okay, listen, my favorite match was probably the Seth Rollins-Dolph Ziggler match because I've seen it a million times.
Oh, I almost forgot about that match. Dude.
Let's just go over this pay-per-view. Let's go over this pay-per-view.
Okay, first of all, before you go over the results, Vance, okay, I really think it was kind of a bummer that they had to open the show with Rusev versus Shinsuke. Like, Shinsuke, come on, man. The guy who won the Royal Rumble.
That was the pre-show. That was pre-Crown Jewel, PCJ.
That's what I meant. Like, what the fuck? Anyways.
You know what's crazy? Is that Crown Jewel happens to be on Rusev Day. I love Corey Graves and the way how far he takes these Rusev Day things. Oh my God, he got injured on Rusev Day.
Oh my God. Okay, let's go through this, Vance, because goddamn, there's so much I have to say, and not all of it is positive.
You know, okay, my big takeaway, I miss Pyro.
Okay, I mean, you know what? It's nothing's exciting anymore.
Cruz, that means you might have to start getting props, and then you might have to get a third person involved, and it just get...
What?
I'm just gonna stop there.
Were you gonna say something, Vance? What stopped you from saying something there, Vance?
Anyways, going back to Crown Jewel. Let's go back to WWE presents Crown Jewel.
Say it.
What'd you think of Kurt Angle?
Oh man, Kurt Angle. Damn, dude. Wait, who did he fight? He fought...
Why does he wear an oven mitt?
Okay, I noticed this, right? Is he, like, doing some kind of Michael Jackson thing? Why is it only on one hand?
It's like an oven mitt, though. Like, you can't...
And, like, it's like...
You can't move in it.
He's taping his hand. It's like the penguin.
He's got the penguin hands.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't... Is it like this or like this?
It looks like when you get bit by a dog and you're young... And they're like, let's put an all-American fucking cast on because it's 4th of July. Instead, why is he wearing that? It looks like my grandmother's 4th of July oven mitt. Anyways, I don't know, dude. He's old. He looks old.
No, he really does look old. Oh my God.
He doesn't.
Oh, poor Kurt Angle.
He can't really move. Did you know the average age on this show was 41?
No, dude. Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was the average age per performer.
Yeah, and then you've a lot of throwbacks, Vance.
Dude, but
I mean, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh, speaking of throwbacks, well, do we want to talk about this? Who made a little quick appearance, and we don't know why, because it was almost kind of like, what was the point?
I know what the point was. Let's get all the PR nightmares we possibly can into this show, because why not? And then let's fucking give a big fuck you to people by making the most unsuspecting people win, which they know is going to fuck up everything. So yeah, okay, you want to talk about the top? How do we open this event, Vince? How do you open such a fucking monstrosity of a pay-per-view? There's only one person to call, Cruz.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. They got Hulk Hogan. The Hulk's... Let me tell you something, brother.
Oh, here we go.
Cruz. I'm 6-time world champion, brother. 6-time. 8-time WCW heavyweight champion. Created the NWO. 3-time racist dude.
Wow.
Why did they bring him? Cruz, why? Why did he come?
And you know what? He literally was only there for like 2 seconds. That was it. Like, oh, we're gonna see more of Hulk tonight? Nope. Just that.
I think that when he kept saying, "Where are my maniacs at?" and they're like, "Wait, no, don't say that, because they kill people here." I'll tell you what survives in the Middle East, dude. All right, what survives in the Middle East, dude, is Hulkamania, bro. Hulkamania, brother. Why did he show up? How much money do you think Hulk Hogan made?
I have no idea. That's a good question, though.
I bet he made at least 6 figures. At least 6 figures to go to Saudi Arabia. That's 6 figures. Hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, thousands at least.
A minimum of 100,000.
Cruz, I'm telling you.
Okay, so Hulk aside, let's jump right into this, Vance.
Yeah.
They did a pre-show with Shinsuke versus Rusev.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
And he retained.
Well, he fought Rusev on Rusev Day. Here's a spoiler. If Rusev fights on Rusev Day, he doesn't win.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and guess what every day is? Rusev Day.
Oh, man.
Man. Why didn't Lana fly out there? Oh,
Vance.
Yeah, she's a woman. My bad.
Vance.
My bad.
Vance. You know, someone did say, I was kind of live tweeting for a minute, and then I was like, oh my God, this is kind of pointless now. Wesomeone actually posted, Renee Young is there. Everyone's kind of giving a shout out like, what a movement, we're making changes here, blah, blah, blah. And then someone said, she's dressed like she's going to a funeral.
Dude,
and I'm like,
she
no,
was.
Man. I think she
went to a funeral.
She was channeling her inner Sterling Archer with that black turtleneck. Come on.
Dude, she was dead on. She looks like she was going to drop down from the ceiling and steal the knock list.
Mission Impossible 1. Don't sweat.
She looks like she just invented the iPhone.
Keep it going, Vance. Keep it going.
She looks like she teaches theater in high school. She looks like Adele when she goes on tour.
Oh my God. All right.
I'm sorry.
No. It's funny.
Good.
It's hilarious. But let's
I dressed more Arab tonight, Cruz. Did you notice?
I
wore my Arab jacket and scarf.
I would have, except I don't own a burqa. Earn a burqa?
That's okay. You know what? You just gave me a great Christmas gift idea for you, so now I'm good.
Oh my fucking God. Did you notice, though, that there were women in the crowds? Did you see that? There was...
Yeah, they all had to wear those, they had to wear those things.
Yeah. They were all covered up, but they were there.
It looks
like, oh,
it looks like this could have been from feudal Japan. There were ninjas everywhere.
Oh my God.
That's super offensive, Cruz. That's super offensive.
All right,
Good thing we only have like 18 listeners.
Anyhow,
one of those my girlfriend who does the. You know what's fucked up? Okay, can we just bring? I'm bringing the personal life into this for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
go ahead.
I had no idea. My girlfriend doesn't watch wrestling. She'll watch wrestling like every now and then. Like I'll get her a Dean Ambrose hoodie.
Okay,
but
see
like,
here, my boyfriend watches fucking wrestling. Well, he used to be a huge fan back in the day when he was a kid, and I've slowly gotten him back into it because Stone Cold was his favorite wrestler, and
who the hell didn't have Stone Cold as their favorite wrestler?
I know. So at least there's that. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, so my girlfriend doesn't really watch the product, but like we've gone to like some independent shows together, and she seemed into it. I got to watch fucking, what was the last pay-per-view before this shit show? Not Evolution, the one with guys in it.
It was, oh god, it was
Was it Hell in a Cell?
Yes, I think. Right? Wasn't it?
No.
It was Hell in a Cell.
I don't know, but anyways, I had to watch it like on my phone and like in her room away from her. Like it's bad. But anyways, I found out she listens to the podcast.
Wait, did you
just
she was find this out?
Yeah, I didn't think she would actually fucking listen to this.
Okay, now
why would she listen to this?
And then she asked what now? You said she asked something.
And I was like, oh, it's gonna be pretty big because Shawn Michaels is coming back to fight, against The Undertaker and Kane. And she's like, oh, yeah, the guy who, like, shouldn't come back and the guy who they offered a ton of money to. And she was like, go over what shit that I was saying on the podcast. She's like, I don't really know who they are, but, like, I know what you talk about. And I'm like, dude. So the moral of the story is now I know I have one extra listener. Anyways, back to fucking shitty stuff.
Okay, so... what did they kick it off with, Vance?
They kicked it off. Okay, they kicked it off with a racist, Nakamura? And they ended with old people. Okay, let's talk about the big news. Let's talk about the Universal title. Okay. Unfortunately, you got Roman Reigns. Quick.
Okay, let's recap this real quick. Roman Reigns just recently announced that he's been battling leukemia for 11 years. It's come back.
It's back.
And unfortunately, he cannot continue to hold the title.
Yes.
And had to relinquish it because of it.
Right.
So now it's vacant, right? It's vacant. He was actually supposed to go to WWE Crown Jewel to
defend the title.
He was going to defend the title.
Yep. And
so now that it's vacant, they got Brock fucking Lesnar and Braun fucking Strowman battling out.
Battling it out.
Dude,
for 75 seconds.
Can I just say something about this stupid fucking match?
Yes.
I love Braun, first of all. Okay, I'm big fan of the Monster Among Us, all right? That was like, that whole entire match, short as it was basically like, let's just throw Braun around with a bunch of fucking F5s match. It's the Lesnar show, basically.
Dude, it wasn't, it reminded me of SummerSlam when he fought Cena. And fucking, they hyped this match up, like, oh, it's going to be crazy, it's going to be a great match. And then it's like 5 F5s later. And then, okay, I mean, they did, like, really bury him in the beginning. When fucking Corbin hits him with the Universal title. What that's about, who knows. I guess they're really just trying to get Braun over as this huge babyface. And what they're trying to do, I'll tell you what they're trying to do. I'll tell you exactly what they're trying to do. Because they're doing it wrong. They're trying to redo what they did with Daniel Bryan. Where they were like, if we make this guy, they didn't do that. That happened because they kept pushing him down on the card. People wanted to see him. It was the Authority kept fucking him over. It was against the system. It was reminiscent of Stone Cold and McMahon. It was a guy versus the system. So now what they're doing with Braun is they're going to make him an ultimate babyface by having the system against Braun to build up Brock and Braun at fucking WrestleMania. I don't know. I mean, they're going to make Brock hold the title now.
But now you got fucking Brock, who's going back to UFC. What now? He's gonna fucking hold the Universal title while he's doing that?
Dude, I think that's what Vince's ultimate goal is fucking get the title on Brock so he can wear it out to the ring at UFC, win the UFC title, and he's the first ever UFC WWE champion. Problem is, Brock is gonna lose in the UFC against DC. I mean, the guy's a fucking Brock's an animal, but Brock was an animal. DC... dude, the guy fucking... have you seen DC fight? I know this is an MMA or UFC podcast, but like... it's relevant.
Go on, I'm
so
listening.
It's just like, so I just think I think that's what they did. They saw like the Roman thing wasn't gonna work. You know, maybe Roman was gonna lose to Brock again at WrestleMania, and that was the plan the whole time. Who knows? To get the fucking title back on Brock for the UFC. But I think that them going back to Brock just shows how creatively dead they are on the Raw brand.
Yeah. Well, I was highly disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, Raw's been relying on fucking attractions. What have they not had that's like noteworthy on Raw? They had the Shawn Michaels thing. Shawn Michaels coming back. Did this feel like Shawn Michaels coming back after 8 years, Cruz?
I mean, he had a couple of moments, in my opinion, if we want to just jump into that conversation right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not the same Shawn Michaels from 8.5 years ago, you know?
But, like, the hype in this match, did it feel like, dude, Shawn Michaels is coming back?
Let me think about that for a second, because I didn't really feel that way watching it.
Like,
I mean, I got excited watching it. I was like, oh my god, there's a couple of moments where I was like super pumped, but I guess with the way, I was expecting more.
Were you hyped for this match?
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't have high I was okay. I was a little bit hyped, but I had low expectations.
You bought into the nostalgia.
But yeah, because it's nostalgic, man. Come on, who doesn't fucking like the Attitude Era? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I was fully aware, you know, coming into this that like we're not gonna get the same Shawn Michaels from however many years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're not going to. And I've come to terms with that. You know what I mean? But as far as like feeling like it was worth the hype. There, like I said, there wasn't really any moment watching that where I felt like, okay, yeah, the hype buildup for this is, you know, exactly what we're getting. You know what I mean? I had very low expectations going into that. Now, I'm not to say that, like, you know, there wasn't its moments where I got really excited watching it. You know, that sweet chin music, Vance. Come on, he hit fucking Kane with that sweet chin music, not once but twice. He hit him so hard that his mask came off.
Dude, did you see that fucking moonsault?
Yeah, okay, let's talk about that. That right there was where I got really hyped. I was like, oh my god, dude.
He's 50
HBK
years old.
just jumped on top of that shit and fucking moonsaulted. He landed on his face, dude.
Dude, he landed right on his face. I think he broke his
right
nose.
On his fucking face. He was bleeding towards the end there.
It looked like he broke his nose.
But that was like, you know, okay, yeah, fucking a couple of kicks here, you know. As soon as he did that moonsault, I was like, damn. And, you know, they started chanting, you still got it. Not, you know, he still got it. Come on.
I think I would love to see Shawn versus AJ.
Yes. Okay,
because
let me ask you this,
AJ can make anybody look amazing, and I think Michaels would already look good. So that could be an amazing match.
No, for sure. Now let me ask you this. Do you think that HBK is going to continue wrestling? Do you think that this is going to be a thing where, like, okay, come back, nostalgia, you know, crown jewel?
I think yeah.
Do you think that he's gonna
at least go until Mania.
Because the way they were hyping this was like, oh, he's coming out of retirement just for this. That was how they were hyping it, right?
Well, I think that when he came back with this D-Generation X thing, it wasn't Shawn Michaels coming back. It was D-Generation X coming back. They kept saying that. They never really, like, he didn't come out to his own music. You know, it wasn't Shawn Michaels in the match. It was D-Generation X. And I think that softened it to where if Shawn didn't want to continue just for $1 billion, like he probably got paid $1 million, I think, for fucking Crown Jewel, if he would continue. So I think they have an out where it's like, oh, whatever, Shawn Michaels didn't do it, didn't want to, you know, be Shawn Michaels or whatever. And DX won, you know, and it was DX, and he came back for DX. Or they could go the route where it's like Shawn Michaels on the reunion tour, and he's going to fucking fight Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles and the fucking Undertaker for whatever reason.
Teacher versus student with fucking Daniel Bryan.
So yeah, so I think what they're going to do is they're going to have him fight somebody at the Rumble. Maybe AJ Styles. I would love that. Remember that poster was going around. And then I think at WrestleMania you do Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels in a double let's never ever do this again match.
But are they really never ever gonna do this again, Vance? Is it
Dude,
really
now I don't believe
gonna...
anything. Because Shawn Michaels was everyone was like,
because
well, Michaels would never.
Lest you forget,
Stone Cold's
Vance,
our last hope.
Lest you forget that like the Super Showdown, the Australian Super Showdown was supposed to be Triple H versus Undertaker for one last time. Oh wait, hold on. Let's just do Brothers of Destruction versus DX at fucking Crown Jewel. Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Yep. Exactly. And when you get a fucking Arab billionaire offering $1 million for Lazy Eye to get in the ring, he will.
Lazy I
love Shawn Michaels. I am a huge Shawn Michaels fan. I'll fucking buy the t-shirt. I'll mark out every time I see the guy. But that fucking eye, man. That eye leads you places.
Hey, you can I say this about him though? When they first came out, you know, for their match, he fucking came out there with his bald head, very, very like, I'm not ashamed, I'm not shy right now.
Dude, I like how he came out with the fucking mask and the hat. He looked like he was gonna rob the place.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome.
That was great. I was in my Red Dead Redemption glory.
Were you sports entertained with that match, Vance?
I would say I was sports entertained by that moonsault alone.
That moonsault was really what got me excited. I was like, oh shit, yeah,
I was like,
man.
They are really doing this, and it's really happening. But I don't know.
Okay, so what else happened? Do you want to talk about the World Cup?
Oh boy, I forgot about the World Cup. Yeah,
can we just
they've been hyping. Here's where they could go with this, okay? Because I got my conspiracy theories and shit, right?
Oh, here we go.
I'm thinking if they can get Shawn Michaels out of retirement, they can get another guy out, right? So here's what I'm thinking with this World Cup bullshit. They did this whole best in the world thing, best in the world, right? They kept saying best in the world, best in the world. You're the best in the world if you win this. What if the man who is the best in the world challenges this shit? And I'm talking CM Punk. The best in the world, man.
No.
He would come out as the... Can you imagine that? Shane's talking about how he's the best in the world, and then you hear that static. And fucking CM Punk comes out and talks about how he's the best in the world. It's a great, easy match for him to start out with against Shane.
You really think that CM Punk is going to come back?
Dude, I hope and pray every night. Every night I pray for world peace, for me to win the lottery, and for CM Punk to come back. That's it. And to wake up.
No, but let's talk about this real quick. We don't even need to get into details because, goddamn, like, you know, who kicked it off? It was,
You had great matches. You had Rey Mysterio versus...
Oh, yeah, versus,
who the fuck did Rey Mysterio fight?
The Miz.
No, he didn't fight The Miz. The Miz beat... Stop it, Cruz. Rey Mysterio versus The Miz.
I told you.
Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton.
Oh, no! It was Randy Orton. Damn, I was way off.
And he beat
see how
Randy
much I paid
Orton.
Attention to that part.
Orton beat the piss out of him after the match. Crazy Orton.
Of course.
And then you had Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. And then The Miz advanced. And then on the Raw side, you had Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley. And Rollins obviously won. And then Kurt Angle versus Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler won. And then Rollins Ziggler. Which, by the way, they flew in Dean Ambrose to this event, and they didn't use him.
Vance, how do you know that that fucking the lunatic flew out there and they didn't use him? How do you know this?
Okay, so here's what I do. Before a major event in a foreign country, go on hashtag WWE Crown Jewel on the Instagram.
Okay.
And all these little Arab people were putting pictures of people at the airport and who was flying in. Like the pictures of The Undertaker, they picture of Hulk Hogan, and I saw Dean Ambrose. So that's why I thought, they didn't use him. Let me see. Should I see if I can pull it up on the internet?
We can show it to the people watching now.
Then the people can see it.
This photo.
And future Cruz can just go.
And I'm sure that Renee also probably did not feel comfortable traveling to a foreign country without her husband, right?
Well, not just a foreign country, but a war zone cruise.
I mean, I wasn't going to say that if you want to take it there, Vance, but yeah, also yes.
Oh, God, now if you look at WWE Crown Jewel. Oh, look, here's the spoiler. Look at that. We knew he was going to be
picture?
there. That was the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan.
All
Here
right,
we go.
fans.
Look at this. Live from Arabia. The lunatic with these two Indian guys. Oh, no, they're Arabian. Saudi Arabia. Dean looks like he's being held for ransom.
Okay. I was.
Tell my wife I love her. Tell my wife I love her.
In the photo.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We should put that on.
Right.
I'm going to put this on our Instagram because this is hilarious.
Okay, so all right. So Vance. Back to what we were talking about. All right, so then we had Seth Rollins versus Lashley. Okay, now after
Bobby Lashley. Beautiful
So
physique on Bobby.
All right. So after Seth Rollins versus Lashley, who did we have?
After Seth Rollins versus Lashley, we had Seth Rollins versus The Miz.
And then
No,
that's not right.
we had Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler.
And then oh my god, Ziggler won.
And then Ziggler versus The Miz. And then The Miz got injured. And Shane McMahon's like, well, I happen to be wearing a black t-shirt. Dude, how much does Shane look like Vince in that picture they put up?
Oh my
Did you see it?
God.
Hold on.
Let's
pull
show
it up
people
for the
out there
viewers.
listening right now. Because
This is a very visual podcast tonight. But look at that.
Very visual
Does that look like
podcast.
classic Vince?
yes, it totally does.
That
With-
looks like
with,
Vince in every video game. In No Mercy.
with Shane O'Mac holding that fucking trophy. So, how do you feel about this,
Shane
Vance?
is jacked.
We haven't seen much of Shane O'Mac, by the way, you know? And then they had the 1000th episode of SmackDown, right? And then now here he is wrestling, for the World Cup in fucking WWE Crown Jewel.
Dude, they
and then
did
he
this.
won,
They did this
Vance.
as a fuck you. They did this as a fuck you, Saudi Arabia. We're gonna show you the best in the world, right here. Here comes the money, because you're giving us the money.
Yeah.
Did I take it too far, Cruz?
All right, so Shane O'Mac winning, they did that on purpose, obviously.
Shane O'Mac is the best in the world, obviously, because he is the son of Vince McMahon. So he wins best son in the world.
So what did you think overall about this pay-per-view, Vance?
I thought this was the worst house show I've ever seen. I thought Brock Lesnar, like, they could have done some really cool shit with the Universal title. They could have did this cute, like, they could have done this best in the world fucking tournament for the Universal title. It could have been way better. Like, they could have had some really cool stuff happen, and they put it back on Brock. So, I don't know. Raw's going to be really
I just
interesting.
don't understand why. I can't even get into this right now.
It makes no sense. Although, I'm looking forward to AJ versus Brock again at Survivor Series. That'll be a good match
Actually,
again.
that was actually a pretty good fight the last time they fought. They haven't fought in a while, too.
They only fight when they're Survivor Series. The one time of the year, Cruz, where SmackDown and Raw brands go to head-to-head competition.
Oh, I know.
That's what Michael Cole
I know
says.
that, Vance. Well, Vance, I can say that this was another throwaway pay-per-view.
Cruz, what do you think was messier? The PR for this or the event itself?
Can we say little column A, little column B, maybe?
Yeah, I would say so. All right, well, this has been an interesting episode.
Would you say this episode is going over, Vance?
I would say this episode is so over. We're Stone Cold Steve Austin over. We're 97 Stone Cold over. There's signs in the audience of us as South Park characters. That's how over we are.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Cruz the Crusher going over and out.
Over and out, motherfuckers!